Something new today. We're going horizontal. I'm trying to figure out what in the world is at my feet. It was never there before. Okay, I couldn't move. Excuse me while I get situated. Okay, so I had to move everything for to get some recordings this last week for my setup, and so out and about we use the tripod. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what I did in the first place to get you going. So but I appreciate you being here and hanging out with me. I am Dory Stoll with Prairie Scraps, and I'm here on YouTube, and I hope that you have already done the subscribe button as well as the notification so you know when I do go live. And we are here in my little Airstream camper. I had to put on my flannel. It's a little chilly out there. It looks beautiful and it's spring and it's sunny. Every once in a while the clouds go over, and how is the weather by you? That's what I would like to know. But today, since we're kind of in the midst of spring, I thought it would be a fun day to go ahead and get some things done. Try out these new little garden markers that we have. That I got in a little while ago. In fact, I kind of forgot about them because they're so small. I was actually surprised that this is not an expensive project to do whatsoever. Comes with 6 little markers that you can put in the ground. They are wood, so they're not going to be sealed. So if you're going to put it outside or even with your plants, I do think you want to use a clear coat of Rust-Oleum on these. So you can usually get that at your local hardware store, Walmart, wherever you go, Home Depot. So that is my thought on that. But today, we're actually going to go ahead and do some painting of them. Get my cardboard out here. I want to paint the background of these, and then I've got this coordinating little herb. It's called Herbalicious. And it's one of the Tiffany Thiessen little ones. It's got basil. I don't know what's under there. Parsley, chives, sage, dill, oregano, tarragon, and rosemary on there. And let me get it open because there's one under the sticker, the Tiffany sticker. So, feel free. Oh, thyme. We've all got thyme, right? So I thought I'd make up some markers. Some of these are I don't know if you guys know this, but some of these are actually they're perennial, so they come back time and time again. So I'm going to try to make those for my garden. And then I love this one down at the bottom. It says, "No idea." Love that. And so this is kind of her font. She had a little bit bigger font that she came out with as well. So you can make t-shirts and things like that. Personalize your own things with t-shirts. But these are a little on the big side to go into the garden. We'll see. Maybe I'll put some pepper on these so that I can put them out in my garden, because I'm telling you what, I'm going to put you down here. So I'm sorry about that ride there, but that is the cats in our neighborhood take out all of my markers and run off with them. I know this because I find them in other places, and I have them secured down by the roots of the plant and try to keep the animals out. Such a frustrating thing. So frustrating that we have all of these, I'd like to say feral, but a lot of them are neighborhood cats. They're not even neighborhood cats. They are actually, people own these cats and they just let them go free. I don't get it, because the cats have in the feral cats in our neighborhoods all have gross diseases and stuff, and they all hang out together, of course, and they all eat out the same. As well as, this is the other thing. Did you know skunks and cats get on together? It's a nice way of putting it, maybe. I don't know. But they do. So a lot of the outdoor cats here smell like skunk, because they're hanging out not only with the other fellow cats in the area, they're hanging out with the fellow skunks. I think I'm just going to start with 6 of these. Here I was proud of myself. I got out 5 colors. And I really, okay, so I got some bright colors out because I wanted to put some bright colors into the garden. I was trying to stay mostly away from, but Shimmer Flamingo is the only, from the shimmers or, you know, because I wanted to paint. So Shimmer Flamingo is the only one I did because I like the brightness of it. And then there is Wild Lime, which I love, love, love for the springtime. I got out the Peanuts Woodstock color that was the color of the month last month, and then Peach Cobbler, and then I'm not sure, this is not Duchess. I don't remember what the color of this is. Maybe not Academia. I don't know. Anyway, that was the other color I got out. I wonder if I could find a bright blue. Sure. All right, I got a bright blue out. So kind of color coordinating, we're going to paint these. You know how I am about the backgrounds. I usually don't like to do the backgrounds just because it takes more work, and I tend to be kind of a lazy crafter. But, you know, hey, live a little today. We're going to live a little and make some bright spring. Ooh, is that really new? No. Some bright spring. So this one is actually retro. That's another bright one. This was one that was another color of the month. So we're gonna do our best here to paint these up and get them ready for, oh shoot, where's my bottle of water? I didn't get everything back. I kind of brought everything in too for my daughter because she was wanting to paint her sign, so I brought that in. But I thought it would be really cute to have some of these in the garden. So I'm just going to start off. I'm going to stick this back into the lid here. And what I like to do when I paint is I like to, when I use a brush in our paste, I like to just put a little bit of water in the lid, and that loosens up these little things. So that gives me more of like a really watered down watercolor there. And then I go ahead and get my brush wet from there. That's where I start. And see, you can see it just kind of loosens up, uses up the little itsy bitsies in there. And then because I know I want a darker color, I usually do lighter colors, but hey, this is going in the garden. It doesn't matter. And so I'm going to paint these all a base coat of these colors so they stand out. And I didn't really want, and I want it to be bright so I can find them again. Because like my sage, I've got a great big sage bush back in my backyard. It's pretty large. It's going to be hard to find this once that ends. So, oh boy, I guess I didn't pre-think about this very much, about doing both sides. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. All right. Get that on both sides. Ooh, isn't that beautiful? That is a beautiful color. I love that. Doesn't probably matter too much to be down on the pointy tip because that's going to be in the ground, but we'll see. I'm definitely going to need some dryer here, especially if I'm going to sit and hold it. And we're going to need some wipes. So if you are coming in, make sure you say hello, do all the things. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for me. And I love to hear from you. Little heart here and there. All those things help me out because I am a small business. Hey, I'm not making all kinds of money off my YouTube, but every little bit helps and helps me create more craft projects. It'll take me half this time. I need a funnel for my plug, my outlet. Sorry, I guess I should have plugged that in before I started painting. But anyway, I had taken the dryer in. Taking my dryer in so my daughter could use it because she was here with the baby the other day. And she wanted to paint her house signs. I knew I was going to be busy with piano lessons, so I figured, oh, I'll bring everything in the house and then she can do it and the other daughter can hold her baby. So she did a sign. It was beautiful. She did this home sign that's behind me. I don't know if you saw it before. You have to wind up back to the beginning just to see it, but this is drying up nice and fast. We just want it to be bright little decor item in my garden. Do you guys like to put decorations in your yards? Tell me about that. Do you put decorations in your yard? I just love, love, love. Of course, I can never, like, this is a nice little small manageable size, but I don't know about you, but I struggle trying to figure out what to do big wise because I have lots of gardens. I need to get better at that. I've been working on it. Last year, if you watch, you could go back on YouTube and watch. I did a oops. Now I've got that. I spilled that water everywhere. Last year I recycled some old boots that had some cute little floral boots that had some rubber boots that had some holes in it already. So I just put more holes in it and then put some of my succulents in them so that I have some pots up in my area, in my gardens. I am going to actually, I think, use this plastic right here and just set that there. I might have to find a lot of brushes here. Okay, so that's my blue one. I can already tell this is going to be a messy, messy job here. We're going to use this lime, and ooh, that is a dry one. So I'm going to put some lime right in there, or some water. I use distilled water. These are water-based, so it's okay. You can add a little bit of water, but you don't want to use like tap water for it. I think I'm just going to hold this up while I paint on it. Ooh, I love this lime. Anyway, my daughter did use the lime on her big home sign. I've got a class coming up, and I know one lady already spoke for the new home sign that came out. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, did I get the end of this? That's the question, right? I sure did. Yay. I just thought of it like, oh, did I get all the areas? Make sure you get the sides and everything. I just want to be able to find it. And I want it to look cute. I want somebody to come to my garden. Oh, that's so cute. I do think I want to do a couple of these no ideas and then put them in, like I want to put one into my boots just to give an extra little zhuzh in my garden. Just to make it fun. I don't know. So anyway, I've started doing a little bit. I have so many succulents and things in my gardens that are kind of overtaking some of my gardens. And so I had this idea last year to just find old things. So I actually have another set of rubber boots I need to fill so that I can have a cute little decoration. Set this one aside here a little bit and just dry it up so we can set it down mostly. Isn't that cute? Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful color? So tell me, do you like the way it looks horizontally? I haven't done it too often horizontally except for like choir concerts. I thought, why not? I was struggling getting my phone holder up anyway. That side's pretty. I might do another coat on this one. This one's not quite as strong. So like I said, these are wood, so they're not going to last in the water unless you put a clear coat on it. And actually our sea spray, Crackle, and the Dixie Belle stuff that we carry, Crackle and Gator Hide, that's what led me to this discussion. You could use Gator Hide on this to seal it too. Really good. But I will probably do the spray route. It's just quicker and easier. My husband will be like, whenever I make things on Monday, see, I'm usually live Monday and Thursday making fun craft things, kind of just using the scraps of my life. Sometimes we do old things, sometimes we do new things. And I don't always tell my kids and my husband where my items are. So they kind of have to, it's like a treasure hunt to see what I made today. And sometimes it's one or two things. So this one will be a far reach for them. Unless they watch the video, they won't know where to find them. I think I'm going to put this bright green one, this lime one, right on my front steps in those boots. I love those boots. I'll have to get the boots out. They went into the greenhouse. I had told my husband they didn't have to go in the greenhouse because those succulents, you know, chicks and hens and the sedum that I have in there were going to be totally fine. But he still decided to go ahead and put them back in the greenhouse for the winter to just sort of protect them a little bit. So I need to get them out. Oops, excuse me. We'll see how many. There's our water right there. Now this one is a shimmer, so you're going to see this one's going to be more difficult to get coverage because of that shimmer, I'm pretty sure. And if you water shimmers down, I've noticed too much, they really don't go on very well. They're kind of like soupy, I don't know. They just look watered down. So you'll have to do multiple coats of shimmers in order to get them. You can see like the end is getting much darker. I do use like, I have these like plastic markers I use on my plants. I try to get names on all of them, but like I said, the local cat population has been taking out all my markers. And then I have a waterproof like labels, you know, sticky label from the label maker in my that I use to mark my plants specifically with their real names. So like I try to keep all the hostas marked what they are because I love hostas. I have lots of them. And if I know the specific name of plants, especially the scientific names, that's what I'll do is I'll try to get those names on to my plants right at the base of the roots. So if somebody needed to know. But like I said, the cats will even go in there and grab them out and pull them out like it's a toy or something to them. It's really annoying. And I'm even finding that they're taking that tape off, that waterproof tape, the label making tape, and taking that tape off. So I'm finding the tape like right next door, and you could tell that it's been like chewed off. Makes me a little upset. Makes me a lot of upset. So the shimmer, it's very, like you can kind of see the shimmer there. It's just like having the glitter right in the paste. And so you're probably going to have to do extra coats with the shimmer. So don't be too upset about it the first time you do shimmer, trying to paint. I have been known to do 2 or 3 coats of shimmers just to get a nice even look. And so that just kind of happens because it's a little more chunky with the glitter in it. But, you know, it's better than having the real glitter out. But I love this. This is Shimmer Flamingo. I love this color. It's so pretty. It's more, I don't know, it's a pinkish orange. It definitely looks like the color of shimmer, you know, of flamingo legs, right? Their legs are this color for sure. They nailed it in the color in this. And I don't think it's even available anymore. But keep those colors. So I've had this way over a year, which is great. If you just keep them constituted with water. All right, let's use our peanuts color. Woodstock, isn't that gorgeous? It's pretty bright. So we had this last week, we had a new launch of peanuts. I'm excited. I did get my order. I haven't gotten it in yet. I ordered all the new things. We'll see how long it takes. Things have been coming pretty quick. It's been pretty crazy how quick my orders have been coming in. It's amazing, actually. All right, let's see if we can. This is kind of a short brush. I'm just trying to use a different brush so I don't start mixing colors. But, you know, I might have to. I think I've got enough brushes to do 6 different colors. That's what I think. I might try to do a set of these with just using the color for the words later on. That's the other thing. You don't have to necessarily paint these. In fact, I do have a friend, or I should probably mention these to her because they, well, of course, they did the egg ones. She and her daughter does them, and she didn't like painting the eggs to get a solid color. And I don't blame her. I usually like leaving things and then using the paint, you know, using it in the transfers. That's more my favorite thing to do. But, you know, sometimes it's kind of fun to do. But these would be a quick, you know, not too bad project to do together. There we go. Just trying to get like at least one side dry so I can set it down safely. Aren't these beautiful? So cute. Fun little project you could do with the grandkids or your kids. For sure. Isn't that pretty? Definitely Woodstock. So I'm excited about the new ones. Oh my gosh, Charlie Brown is big enough to put on a shirt or a sweatshirt. Really excited about that coming out. And then there's one, Happiness, Let Happiness Grow or something like that. Or Happiness Grows Here or something. I think it's Snoopy and Woodstock. I can't remember now. Anyway, it has a flower on it, which is really cute. So I'm excited about that. Some exciting things. I definitely got a little bit of flamingo on there. I think that's the color. Am I wrong? Yep, shimmer flamingo. Got a little of that. I still had some on my fingers. Didn't wash off between, so now I have fingerprints of flamingo. Oh, and it looks like I got a little bit of, that's right, splatter. Boy, I was a little crazy with that flamingo. All right, so there's the Woodstock. Isn't that cute? Love, love, love. Speaking of, they came out with a new, if you've never tried Chalk Couture, there are some new kits, DIY kits, which are really fun and inexpensive, so you can try it out if you've never tried it. Great way to go. All right, here we go. This one is Peach Cobbler. A lot of people really love this color, but it is not my favorite. I don't know. I'm a stick in the mud with color, maybe. I kind of like the basic colors like black and brown and, ooh, where did my voice go? I have no idea. You know, the basic colors. But we're gonna give this a go. Ooh, that is a little stiff there. Almost grab my yellow. I do kind of gonna use there's the brush to see if I can. Oh, I guess not. I'm gonna go back at that because I put some flamingo fingerprints. I don't know what's going on with my voice. Excuse me. So anyway, I think the biggest thing with painting it, you know, if you're like me and you don't like to pre-paint surfaces, just take your time. Do thinner coats than bigger, you know, thicker coats. If you think there's, I think the thing we think is there's going to be a shortcut to painting. That's the issue I have. Anyway, I don't know if are you guys that way? So, but all right, here we go. Ooh, that one is really dry. Let's get some more distilled water. And if it's kind of clumpy when you try to put it on and won't spread out, that's because it is too thick. See if we can find some thinner stuff to work with here. Kind of an unusual color. But like I said, I was thinking you kind of want things to stick out in the yard, in the gardens. Because once you start getting everything growing, it's hard to find them. I think I'll start with the no idea sign. What one would you want a plant sign for? I wish they had we have some for the pots, we have kind of some sassy sayings like I wet my plants, but I was wishing they made it this little to go on these little things. That's my request. I think that would be really cute. Really cute to have a plant marker that says something sassy besides no idea. Because I don't know. Do you guys grow herbs? I don't grow them in the pots. The white. Gotta make it look good. So hopefully you guys have all kinds of fun Easter plans. We have the family coming to our house, so that's exciting. Everybody's coming to our house. We're going to do Grandma and Grandpa are doing actually aunties are doing the Easter egg hunt. We already filled all the eggs. You saw my post about the Easter eggs. We like to color code them. So we just have 2 grandkids that'll be looking this year. And so a boy and a girl, so we did pink and blue. We're very typical that way. Okay, I'm doing a purple for you purple lovers. If you are a purple lover, put purple down below, or purple flower. Love to see you purple lovers. I always say I don't like purple, but when I wear purple, I get lots of really great compliments about how good it looks on me. So I guess I sway towards it because I get so many compliments when I wear it. So that's kind of fun fact about me. So like I said, I don't remember what color this is. It was a color of the month. It's quite rich looking. One more. See if we can get this out on here. Oh yeah, that should be nice and pretty, shouldn't it? In the garden, it doesn't really matter. The nice thing about the garden is you could use all the colors you want, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to match the interior of your house at all. It could be away from the norm. Like I tend to stay with, grays, blacks, whites, the farmhouse look in my house, but it doesn't have to be that way outside. So that's kind of the fun thing about it. I'm pretty excited about putting some color into my gardens without, whatever, come what may for color, I guess. I kind of even like am that way for even in my gardens, I tend to stay with certain color coordinations, I guess you would say, certain color schemes. I don't know why. I guess because we all have like colors we enjoy. I guess that's why, because we just tend to, and then we have certain plants, but I really work hard in my gardens to have like a round flowers going all the time. So that means you got to have like the early spring, the spring, middle of the summer. We live here in Idaho, so it's a little cooler weather, fairer weather than a lot of places. And we definitely do have freezes. Last night it was 28 degrees overnight. It was cold, and I can see a few of my daffodil plants. Yep, they got hit. They definitely got hit by some frost. And rarely do I ever see the daffodils. Doesn't affect their greens, but I just like some of the older, the first flowered daffodils that I had out there. I'm making a mess out of this one. Anywhere I touch, I'm peeling it off is what's happening. The ones that flowered first, they were near their end anyway, but given that 28-degree weather, they are now officially done flowering because they look all shriveled up. That's a pretty color. It's kind of, I don't know. I couldn't find a light color. Maybe I just didn't look hard enough. I should have maybe found a lighter color because this is kind of like a winter color. I don't know. It's pretty though. It's very pretty. All right. And very different from anything I usually do. But all right, there's our 4 colors, or 6 colors. 6 colors. We got 6 colors here. 6 different colors. It's kind of fun. Okay. I get that last purple dry here. Well, let me know if you're brand new to my channel. Just put new. If you've seen me over on Facebook, I've kind of like switched to doing all my lives here on YouTube now because Facebook is getting rid of everything. So, you know, poo-poo to you is kind of how I feel about it. I'm still running my reels. I'm still putting posts of pictures and, you know, of things I make, but I think this one needs another coat. It just isn't as dark. It looks a little white-ish, but you could do totally whitish. You could do watered down if you want. And actually, you know what the problem with this one is? It was the one that was the most thick. So I'm just going to put some right into the jar so I can paint it. It just looks sort of wimpy here for color. So I'm just going to do another coat. Just be sure we have good coverage. It's a nice thing. You can go back and always fix it if you find you mess something up. Repaint it. These are wood, so you could even sand it down if you had to. That would be a worst case scenario. Or paint it over a different color. Whatever. All right. Let's see if we can get that one a little more dry. Then we'll move these out over here and then start doing our labels. They're so cute. These dry pretty quick, couple minutes. You don't have to have anything fancy dry up. You can even use the hair dryer to dry these up. And then what I am going to do is do a little bit, just a little dab will do you of clear wax on this to kind of seal it up. So move these back in review. So wax on, wax off. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I put that transfer on here, I guess I should have waited till last because I just painted that one, but you know, this just seals it up. This is wood. Whenever you do wood, you want to use wax. This seals it up a little bit. So when I put that transfer on there and then peel it off, it doesn't peel off hopefully it doesn't peel off my newly painted garden marker. Isn't this cute? Oh my gosh, these are so cute. And I do think that after a couple of years in the garden, these are definitely going to disintegrate. But to tell you the truth, I tried out a couple of years ago those really nice thick plastic markers, like I said, with waterproof labels on it, and those are gone too. So, and what hasn't been bothered by the cats is definitely not, it's kind of disintegrating too. So, the weather is hard on plant markers, so you might have to replace after a little bit, just the way it is in the garden world. Okay, so we're going to use this transfer now. Generally, you would want, with this transfer, to go ahead and cut it apart. But I have learned from experience with these little tiny A transfers, and do that if you don't feel confident, because you see where the cut marks are, these lines, the paste will go through there and paste on those. But I don't want to, because I found with these little tiny pieces, sometimes they really just I get lost. I lose them. Let's just be honest. That's what I do. So I'm fuzzing it. This is the first time I've used it. I don't want it to stick too hard and pull that paint off. I'm going to try to get that on there. Just get a little bit of fuzz on there. And these are reusable transfers. So let's see. I do know, we wanted to start with the No Idea. And I think I really like this green one. So I'm going to start with the green. And like I said, we want to be careful of that outside area. And so I'm probably going to use my tool to get on there. So I'm just down the center only. And it's okay. It's okay. It's just crafting. Everything is fixable, right? So we're going to use some black velvet to do not that black velvet. That one's terribly dried up. All right, on to the next one. I was trying to change out my sign in time for in my house, in my dining room area. I have one of those like letter boards that we used to have, and I was trying to, this one is terribly dry too. I'm just going to start You see, when it gets down like this, I will still be trying to use it, only because I just want to make sure that I use up every little bit. So, but I'll use it a little bit differently than I would if I wanted to paste something really well. I'm getting little sprinkles of black around. So I'm just going to get some water into these so that they start soaking, because, you know, I don't want to sit and try to get it loosened up. Do I have black? That's the question. That would be bad. I know I have some, but it might not be out here. I'm going to have to fill up my containers. I put all the neutrals into a different container now. I guess I've got all the reds in here. Oh, I could have done red too instead of, oh, I found it. Thought I had one that was going. Yep, we do. See, you want it to be like this, kind of glossy, and you want it to be like yogurt consistency when you use it. So this one I'm going to peel off right away and then use it again on another one, because I think these would be really cute right up by the house in some of my pots that say, "No idea." How cute is that? Isn't that adorable? Okay, we'll put that down there. Let's do, maybe I'll do this one. Do the shimmer one, the fancy one. Okay, I'm going to do no idea again. You just kind of want to be careful once you start doing the paste on a transfer and you're going on, because these are cut up, so you could cut them up if you want and just stick them right back on. But I'm just finding I'm struggling to get them to stay on it, you know, like when I go put them away. So I've just been kind of leaving the really tiny ones all on together and just kind of dealing with it, because they go so quickly anyway. All right, let's see how this one went. Ooh, that one's getting a little more leaky. That's all right. So that one is done. As you can see, when you start seeing it leaking, then you can't really use that one again. I do have some oregano, so I'm going to go ahead and do the one right above that in oregano. Oregano comes, I don't know if you know this, but oregano is perennial, so it comes right back again every year. So I have a patch of it actually back in my greenhouse, because I didn't want to put it into one of my beds where I would be frustrated with it, because it does spread and take over, but you can whack that oregano way back. So cute, so easy. And yeah, it's okay. It's kind of like funky lettering anyway, so it's okay that it's kind of leaking out a little bit. Okay, dill I don't have, but I said I do have chives. I'm going to kind of process of elimination. I didn't really plan this out. I don't think I have rosemary. I do have thyme right up on my door, so I kind of want to put that there. So we're going to, not sage, chives. So we'll do chives and we'll do some thyme. Because thyme I have in my sidewalk right outside my front door, kind of in the rocks, so that it spreads. We'll do, and I have a couple different chives. I went up by the house actually. If this turns out good, I might do 2 chives. I have one in the gardens. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. Love, love, love. Love that. And you can see like right on the edge, it got a little bit of black. It's okay. We could wash it off. I'm just going to totally leave it. And like I said, I'm going to spray these with the clear coat of Rust-Oleum. I just keep it on hand, kind of just sitting by the back door, because when I want to spray something, I'll do it in the snow sometimes. Like I just shove it outside and spray right by the door, sometimes in my slippers even, because I just want something covered right away, right now. So that's just the way I am. That's how we craft, right? So cute. So I got 2 chives, an oregano, 2 no ideas. And our last and final one here, I'm thinking about doing white actually. I think I might do white because this is so dark. Where did my backing? Okay, put it back on the backing, Dory. All right. See how quick and easy this is? Under an hour probably. Yep, under 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And that was with me talking and finding things. I'm going to do this one in white. or vanilla, whichever one comes first, I guess. I'm kind of looking for white. I want the starkness so I can find it. And what did we decide? Oh, thyme. We'll put some thyme on this one. I don't know. It's got kind of a white speckled. I don't know what got on this, but I could go back and... Oh, that's really new. Try not to open up new ones until I know my old ones are done. That's... You could... This is glow in the dark. I could do that too. That would be fun. Come by the door and see some... I don't know. Oh, what is that one? That's vanilla. This one is vanilla. I might end up with vanilla because I don't know where my white is right now. Who knows? All right. So anyway, I started my story about my letterboard. I used to have a girlfriend that could tell stories like that. Like she'd go round and round and round and you'd be like, oh my gosh. I'm like that now, but I don't think I'm really good at bringing it back to the original story. That's my issue. But anyway, I was doing the letterboard and I have all the letters because they're like, I've double-sided them and done a few different signs with them and just, I take one or two off and then, you know, whatever letters I need, I redo them because they're reusable like this. And so I've got all different colors and everything. I'm only short 2 letters to do what I would want to say. This is a definite paint pot. This is not, is this one white? That one's vanilla too. I'm going to have to get my white in order is what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to just use vanilla since we've got that one out. I've kind of like dug through the depths here. I'll just use this. All right. Get this clean so I can use it. So I need 2 letters and I'm like trying to think of what the letters are. I thought I had it. I'm trying to put he is risen and I think I need the H and an S. An H and an S in black. I had is in gold, which is totally fine with me. Doesn't matter. It's just until Sunday. And then we start putting away Easter. And maybe I can get, we were doing time, right? Maybe I could get my husband to get out the Valentine's box so I could put the Valentine's away. Our problem is all of our storage is up and I can't get it. I'm not stable enough to get it by myself. It needs a couple of people. And so my husband's always like, I'll get it. The girls and I will get it. And then, yeah, never happens. Not till too late for, so I only get to get my own decoration. That's why I make so many decorations. I just put them up in my house as I make them. So that one got kind of on the edge. And I just went along the edge and got it off. I don't know if you saw that, but I did get it off. It looks just fine. So we did thyme. And that one's not, that one is in vanilla. I think that's vanilla. Sure, on that, oh, it's Dune. It is Dune. I did the wrong color. I didn't even do vanilla after all of that. That one is Dune, so it's a little bit more brown. I love Dune too. That was originally the one white color we had. So anyway, put some of these away. All right, so much fun. What do you think? Tell me what you think. I've got thyme, 2 chives, and oregano, and 2 no ideas. Aren't those just the cutest? Ooh. Whoops. Don't smear the thyme. Don't get rid of thyme. Right? Value your time. So anyway, I think that was a fun little idea to do. You could definitely use these, like, even on the pots. You could use them on pots to grow your herbs. If you grow them, like, on your kitchen sink or something. Oops, we got crooked. I gotta find the rest of my parts. I am at loss. I took everything apart and I knew as I was taking it apart, I'll never get this back together right. So I appreciate you all. Make sure that you do all the things. Subscribe, like, share it out. Do all those kinds of things to help me out because I am a small business. My name is Dory. We're here at Prairie Scraps. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. I have a Happy Easter sale over on my website of my finished goods, and I do have an Easter bundle over there as well. I know it's a little late, you won't get it in time for this Easter, but maybe you can pack it away sooner than I can pack it away. So anyway, cleaning house, they're 20% off over at Prairie Scraps. They're marked that way, they say sale on them. Just click the prairiescraps.com. So anyway, have a very blessed day and make sure you keep on crafting.